All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, Adawan Ratazah, this will be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And this video isn't really going to be about what you see on the screen, Trump's conviction. I was just using this as a backdrop. I'm going to just speak on this a little bit. But the main thing I wanted to go into is Salaki, this legislation, this ruling in regards to as you can see from Politico. I'm gonna go into this article. I got a couple scriptures. It's from Politico. It says Florida sticks by social studies standard teaching benefit of slavery. Florida sticks by social studies standard teaching benefit of slavery. And that was in the news like maybe last year. Everybody was in an uproar over this whole situation. So this is the final verdict on the ruling, and I'll go into that. All right, but again, like I said, I was just using this Trump conviction as a backdrop, real quick. As you can see, from 3 hours ago from the BBC News, it said, "How did Donald Trump's historic guilty verdict unfold?" Right. Let's read a little bit of the description. It says Donald Trump has been convicted on all 34 counts on falsifying business records in his historical criminal trial in New York. So he was on an actual criminal trial. He's an actual convicted felon now. You know, which this is all bullshit because all the founding fathers were criminals. You know, all the elites are criminals, going back to the original crime family, the Borgias. You know? Anyway, Esau is the man of crime. He's the bloody man. He's the deceitful man, the violent man. He's the oppressor. He is the wicked, per Malachi 1 and 4. Ain't this the pot calling the kettle black? You know? But I wanted to go into, speak on this real quick, showing you two things, Salakia. With this whole Donald Trump debacle, or Elder Apostle Tahar likes to, through the spirit, he believes Trump is the reincarnation of Nero, who burnt down Rome and blamed it on the Israelites, right? You know, through the spirit, that's who Elder Apostle Tahar believes Donald Trump is. But this whole Donald Trump fiasco shows two things, chiefly Isaiah 19, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has truly mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. And also, this shows you that the kingdom is completely divided. The Egyptian, Isaiah 19, Matthew 24, we had beautiful times. The kingdoms are truly divided. Satan is against Satan, and what does the scripture say? If Satan be against Satan, his kingdom has an end. The kingdom can't stand. This place is completely divided. They're through. So again, it says Donald Trump has been convicted in unprecedented times. Donald Trump has been convicted on all 34 counts of false, and that's Esau's narrative. He's a liar. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They're born speaking lies. He's a liar and the father of it. It says Donald Trump has been convicted on all 34 counts of falsifying business records in his historic criminal trial in New York. 12 jurors deliberated for 2 days before reaching a unanimous verdict. It is the first time, unprecedented. I keep telling you, you're hearing that word more and more. Unprecedented times, because we're at the time of the end. It is the first time a former or serving U.S. president has been convicted of a crime. Yeah, you had the whole Watergate, but who was that? Reagan, or was that Nixon? The Watergate scandal. I don't remember who. Can't remember exactly which president it was, but he resigned. He got impeached, but he didn't get convicted. Even with old Monica Lewinsky and old Billy Clinton, silly Billy Clinton. You know, he never got convicted. He got impeached, but he never got convicted, especially in a criminal court. So it says he will be sentenced on 11. He will be sentenced on the 11th of July. If this happens, man, these Edomites, these red, good old boys, they're gonna lose their fucking mind. They really gonna ride on this place, which we know is coming, the Civil War. We in them times, man. We close, man. We're close. He will be sentenced on the 11th of July. Matter of fact, the brother Zakaria sent me something. I watched so many videos I can't remember now. In regards to something I gotta talk back to him. It was something about. No, it was the redacted, the Natalie and Clayton Morrison. They were saying some guy said that World War III is officially gonna start in July, if I'm not mistaken. He said July or June or something like that. So, hey man, hey. It says he will be sentenced on the 11th of July. Hey, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob Trouble. I don't want this out, man. Man, this shit pops. The former president could face prison, but legal experts have said a fine is a more likely outcome. And they just been hitting them in the pockets, and that's really an act of war. Just like when you put sanctions on a nation, that's an act of war. So, the two parties have been, they've been waging, it's pretty much at war, man. You know, you know, which we know it's all by design. It's all orchestrated. It's all bread and circus. It's all theater, really, when it comes down to it, by the wicked elite. But nonetheless, signs of the times. You lower level peons don't know it's all a ruse. It's all a game. You don't know that they all are buddy. Like they showed you that Trump and Clinton and all them, they're fraternity brothers, and Bush, and they all pledged to Skull and Bones and all this shit. They all were partying together back in the day. They all party at Epstein Island. It's all bullshit. But you average peons don't know. And you trust in your rulership, you trust in your government, you trust in your constitution, you trust in your rights, your liberties, and they're going to lash out. There shall be sedition in the streets, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand. 2 Ezra 15, 2 Ezra 16. Everything is coming to a head. Trump has called the verdict a disgrace and has attacked Judge Merchant, who presided over the case. So again, I just wanted to speak on that real quick. Truly, Yahweh Shem Shai is, and this place is through. America's a fucking disgrace. Babylon the Great is a fucking laughing stock amongst the nations, man. It's through. CTD. Anyway, let's get straight. This is what I really wanted to get into. Again, this is from Politico. It says Florida sticks by social studies standard teaching benefit of slavery, which they're not wrong in a way, man. Through the spirit. Slavery was beneficial, because Jake, Yasharallah, we were fucking rebellious, as the scriptures say, hard-headed, impotent, stiff-necked, time and time again, captivity after captivity. That's our history. We go off, we repent. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has mercy. He delivers us. We get right for a little bit, and we go right back to the bullshit. Dog back to the vomit. Go right back to the idols, these heathens, right back to our wicked ways, backsliding, as the scriptures say, Then an old adulterous harlot, that's Yasharallah. All of us, man, But through this the most heinous captivity ever, the most heinous punishment, the most heinous act on the face of the earth. Everything pales in comparison to our plight, the transatlantic slave trade, you know, and the sub-Saharan slave trade, you know. Through slavery, it caused the remnant to consider, man. God damn, why the hell we on the bottom? Why we in the conditions that we're in? Why are we cursed? You know, are we cursed from God? You know, it caused us to reflect. Well, a remnant. You know, as it says in Deuteronomy 28, these curses were upon us for a sign and a wonder for us to consider. And through slavery, the benefits of slavery is that the remnant has returned back to their power. They had to call them. They had to call them a fallen away first, and now the man of sin is revealed. We understand now. We get it, you know. So it was beneficial for you know, but you know, spiritually. But the way this devil is saying it is wickedly, you know. So it says, let's read a little bit of the article. It says the updated standards. They updated it, brought it up to date. That old way of thinking is antiquated. you know, you know, you were in indentured slavery. You migrated. You know, you sold yourself into slavery. You know, that's the updated way of thinking. Goddamn devils. The updated standards include new required instruction surrounded because school doesn't teach you how to think. Okay? It used to at one point. You would learn critical thinking. I don't even think they teach them that anymore. You know, I got children, I got multiple kids, and I don't remember them learning critical thinking like how we used to. You know, when you're starting to, you know, reading for comprehension. They don't read for comprehension. They don't teach you how to think. They teach you what to think. How to think is critical thinking. You know, who you ask questions. You know, who, what, where, when, how. You inquire. You study. You search. You know, but that's not. They just telling you what to think. You know, and you gotta accept it. You know. They're indoctrinating you. So it says the updated standards include new required instruction and surrounding the September 11th attacks, 9/11, we know what happened, and the history, we're not even going to speak on that, you know, allegedly, we know what that's about, you know, allegedly, you know, but there's new required instructions around it. It says, and the history of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. And we know how their history was. They were, what's the saying? Not a Chinaman's chance, you know? As well as several other more subtle changes. Subtle. That the serpent was the most subtle creature in the field. This devil is sneaky, man. That's why the Lord said, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. The words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war's in his heart. This man ain't your friend. He wants to destroy you. Tallahassee, Florida. The Florida Board of Education approved several tweaks. They tweaking the doctrine, tweaks Wednesday to the state standards for teaching social studies, but left intact controversial pieces on black history, which were not black, were different shades of brown. Adama. We came from the earth. Okay? The earth is brown. Rich soil is dark brown. But left intact controversial pieces on black. Black is a derogatory label. Black history that sparked widespread backlash last year. Which I told you, you know, that was up in news. Everybody was talking about it. How they were saying we migrated over here. We were indentured servants, you know. The updated standards include, and they said they were going to review it and, you know, think it over. Well, this is not, now you're seeing what they came to what they came up with. It says the updated standards include new required instruction surrounding the September 11th attacks and the history of Asia. I just read that. And the history of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, as well as several other more subtle changes. Opponents though opponents, though, including Florida's largest teachers union, so they going against what the teachers want, man. You see, because it ain't about edifying. It's about indoctrinating. You know, it ain't how to think. They teaching you what to think. They trying to indoctrinate you into that feminist ideology. They trying to indoctrinate you into their wine. They want to indoctrinate you into that alternative, nasty lifestyle. You know. It says opponents, including Florida's largest teachers union and free speech advocates, which we know that's bullshit. Ain't no free speech. The Constitution is a thing of the past. Slammed the state for sticking by its backwards lies. It's straight up lies, half truths. Complete omittance of reality. Slammed the state for sticking by its warped telling of black history. It says, Black history. Florida's new teaching standards include the same language that scored national. So they overhauled everything else, but they left our history the same. They ain't touched that. It says, Florida's new teaching standards include the same language that scored national backlash. It's like national blowback last year for requiring middle school students to learn how slaves developed skills which in sometimes could be applied for their personal benefit. Again, it says blowback last year for requiring middle school students to learn how slaves developed skills which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. That's why, like, if you out there on the highways and the byways, like, we've interacted many a times with these millennials, GMO babies or whatever you want to call them, and we certain things that are common knowledge to us. I say us. The ones of us that are older. We know about roots. We know about slavery. We know our history. But this new generation, they really. At first I looked at them like they were just bugged out, but it's the schooling. They don't show roots anymore. When I was growing up, every year they showed roots. You went into Black history. You went into even though a lot of it is bullshit, and they went into Eli Whitney and the cotton gin, and you learned about things, man. They completely omit all. They don't even talk about that stuff no more, or they gloss over it. So it says how slaves develop skills which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. Critics, including Republican Byron Donalds, urged the state to reconsider that language, and others criticized the state's phrasing on crucial lessons surrounding the 1920 Ocoee Massacre and the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre, which are labeled as violence perpetrated against and by African Americans. But these lessons went unchanged, triggering further objection Wednesday from the Florida Education Association Teachers Union and Free Speech Advocacy Group, PEN America, among others. It still refers to slavery as having a potential benefit. Andrew Spar, president of the FEA, said during the state board meeting in Miami. And that is a concern, as well as making sure that our students have a complete and honest, this man isn't honest, complete and honest history around both the African American experience and all experiences in our countries. Look at the contrary. I'm not even going to speak on it because I don't even want to get this flag. But look on the contrary, however, look at how they treat them tiny hats. In one change, the state is requiring students to learn about the influences of tiny hat traditions on the founding of the United States as a constitutional republic. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The tiny hats played a major part in the founding of the Americas. Okay? The founding fathers. But why don't you tell them also about the major part they played in the transatlantic slave trade. Who insured the damn ships? Who benefited the most off of slavery? Okay? It's recorded. The receipts are sky high. You see? You see? It says, while the tweaks adds only one word, the study of tiny hat civilizations along Greek and Roman history already entrenched in the lesson plan, it has given pause to some religious freedom groups. That's the point. That's the point. You get the idea. You get the idea. So they want to shit on your history, downplay it, whitewash it, omit it. It's critical race theory, you know? As Elder Malcolm says, no, it's critical race facts, not theory. It's factual, you know? You know? But hey, what you expect this devil to do? He doing what he's supposed to do. He is the wicked. So, couple scriptures. I had another lesson I wanted to go into, but as you can see, I was pulling too many precepts. I said, nah, it's gonna be too long. I don't want to go into that camp. So I'm just going into this one here. So let me bang these out. We know them. Straight to the point. Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. That's why he's trying to omit history. Whitewash shit. You know? Tell half-truths. You know? Why? Because what can he say? When you look at chiefly in the, just period, you look at Esau's track record, but especially what he did in the Americas to you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, North American Seminole Indians, it's shameful. It's a major black eye upon Esau, and it's a major identifier. It identifies who Yasharallah is, the Lord's chosen people are. You know, the curses, they fit us to a T. And it also identifies, if we can be identified, then guess what? So can the wicked. It identifies the righteous and the wicked. Esau's history, chiefly the history in the Americas. It's a major black eye upon him, and he can't get around it. He can't escape it. So it says, thou art filled with, that's why, you know, he's been pulling down these statues, you know? Trying to rewrite history. He's running from his judgment. Thou art filled with shame. He's a fugitive and a vagabond, just like Cain was, fleeing from justice. Salaki, I keep pausing. I'm still congested today. Salaki. So it says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. And he drinking. What is he drinking? That cup that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is pouring out to his ass. The same cup we had to drink. He's starting to drink it. These curses are coming up off of us and going upon them that hate us, per Deuteronomy 30:7. Okay? And what's in that cup? What's in that cup? A perverse spirit causing Egypt to err and stagger. He's sloppy. He's exposing himself. He's through. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. A foreskin show. What does the foreskin represent? Well, we're supposed to be circumcised. Okay, Esau showed the foreskin. That's showing that he's outside the temple. He's profane. Okay, he ain't right. Even though he portrays himself to be righteous, pious, holy. No marvel, for even Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. But his history, his works precede him, his receipts, his modus operandi, you know? The cup of the Lord Yahweh's right. See the cup? He's starting to drink it. The same cup we had to drink. He gonna drink double of it. The dregs, all of it. You know? You see? The cup of the Lord Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. That's why he got to omit and rewrite history. It's a black eye on him, you know. I gotta start at the main point is at 8. I gotta start at 5. Psalm 73:5. They are not in trouble as other men, Hey, look at what's going on. We'll see what happened to Nero, old Trump. We'll see what happens to him. Probably nothing. A little fine, you know? You know? It says they are not, and you see it plain as day. They get away with murder, literally, you know? It says they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride, and because they don't get they become proud. But as it tells you in Obadiah, the pride of his heart have deceived him. His terribleness have deceived him. Pride goeth before a fall. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. They ooze it, that white supremacy, that superiority, Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. Was that Micah or is that Malachi? They can never be satisfied. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. That's the main point. As when it comes to our plight, get over it. Get over it. You don't like it, go home. Go back to where you came from. Stop complaining. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. They are corrupt. You and speak wickedly concerning oppression. No, you migrated over here. No, it benefited. Slavery benefited you. No, we civilized you. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. We had to separate your children from you. We had to buck break you. We had to force you to commit incest. They speak loftily, proud, no remorse, no empathy. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Okay? That's the main point. Who does that sound like? But the good news is, hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai requires the things of the past. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has not done away with his people. He will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel. And as I'm going to close out with Thessalonians, he going to recompense our adversaries, starting with Esau, Edom, and all you heathens. Because all you heathens had a hand in our downfall. Per Psalms 83, they're confederate against Yasharallah. Isaiah 47, the main point is in 4. I'll start at 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter Babylon, America. Sit on the ground, low state. Get ready to, America ain't gonna be great again. America ain't gonna build back better. America's through. Through. It says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Hey, that's that cup we had to drink. Slavery. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, and we in that time. All his sins, all his wickedness, all his skullduggery, he's being exposed on every side. Starting with the men of the Lord, the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's mouth is consuming him, but also their own tongues are falling upon themselves. You got a bunch of truthers, insiders, spilling the beans. You through. He telling on himself, slipping up, Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, you got Edomites. Look at Putin. Putin opened a vault. Putin brought out the icons. Putin's an Edomite. See, Satan is dividing against Satan. The kingdom is divided. Can't stand. It has an end. They through. This place is they divided on all avenues. You see? And what did Satan, what did Putin do? He showed the wickedness of you Amalekites. You tiny hats. You culture vultures. You imposters. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to take vengeance. Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, he's coming to take vengeance. He's not going to meet you as a man. Coming in all his power with the thousands of heavens to recompense you goddamn devils and redeem the elect of Yasharallah. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. Everybody's seeing it. Your skirt's lifted. That skirt's lifted, and everybody sees that micro penis. That's what it is. Esau, Edom, he got a micro penis. He got he got what they call it, a complex, a little man syndrome. You know, that's what it is. He got a complex. As for our Redeemer, it says, Slocky, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Again, he's coming in his full glory, in his full strength, with the thousands of heavens. Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. As for our Redeemer, our personal, the power of Yasharallah, no other nation. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai is his name, the Lord of armies, the Holy One of Yasharallah. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai was upset. He was pissed off. Why? Because we provoked them to anger by following after these idols, these gods. Okay? Sacrificing our children to devils. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. So it was beneficial. It did have a purpose. It was a necessary evil, a means to an end. But guess what? Go read Lamentations 4 and 21 on down. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke, and thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever. So thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Yeah, you didn't think you was gonna have to pay. You thought you was gonna ride off into the sunset. You didn't consider what was gonna happen when you touched the apple of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's eye. A recompense is coming. Close out here. 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. So I'll leave you with that to ponder on. Who troubled Yasharallah? Who troubled us? Okay? Who troubled us? And what you think gonna happen to the ones that trouble us? I'll let you answer in the comments. Anyway, with that being said, Adawan Ratazah, this was edifying, exhorting, and comforting. Amen. We're close. We're close. Esau can't run from this judgment. He can't run from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. The four walls are closing in. This devil is through and he knows it. And he's going to come down with great wrath per Revelation 12 and 12. Amen. Beautiful times. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam Nesharallah.